Taking up position in the front, Miller lowered his crossbow and edged slowly along the corridor. Behind him his men formed up, spears extended and heavy weapons readied. He stepped up and peered inside. It was a slaughterhouse. Bodies lay scattered, they were torn and sundered. The door at the far end, which led into Donald's private offices, was ajar. The man himself was lying face down in a pool of guts and viscera. His sword lay a few feet away. Well, thought Miller, I guess we'll never know what he was up to now. Another scream emanated from the offices. Miller and his men moved quickly into the hall. "We've got it cornered. Get that door shut," he said. One of his men closed the door and pulled across a restraining bar, a new addition put in earlier that day. It was supposed to have kept the possessed out if they'd gained access to the keep. Something of a failure on that front. His men found out. "This table is going to mess up our defence," whispered Doogie. "I know," Miller whispered back. They needed to present a united front, otherwise the line would be too thin and the beast would get amongst them. They'd have to fight with their backs to the entrance wall. He took stock of his hunters. He hadn't taken much notice of how many had come with him. A quick count showed he had 3 heavies, 3 spears, 2 of the local lads, and Raff. The man must have tagged on the end. He looked white as a sheet. His colleagues didn't look much better. He silently pointed out his dispositions. He stood in the centre, flanked by the spears. The heavies took one flank, the locals the other. He lifted his bow up to eye line. "Hey, shitface! Over here!" A half growl, half whimper came from the far room. The door swung back, and the possessed emerged. A tattered, bloody woolen shirt covered its upper half, whilst the trousers finished 2/3 down the legs, where they had stretched and thinned out way beyond their previous size. The legs looked stick-like, like an insect. It stood there regarding them with black eyes, and a mouth that was slit open in a rictus grin. Bloody bits of flesh fell from the maw. I think that's Connor," said Raff quietly. The possessed stepped forward and in one bound leapt onto the table. It loped towards them, impossibly fast. Miller fired just as the thing launched off the table and smashed into them. Cheers.